All right, it looks like I'm live. So let me get over to YouTube. I like to watch the video and see it the way you guys see it. Okay. So here we go. It's coming up. Okay. I was just trimming down some images. You know me. I always try to plan ahead, but somehow I only ever get partially there. Looks like I'm the only one so far. I think I'm on a little bit early. So I'm going to futz with this and see where's the best position for the I've got a hefty pile of images here. Hold on. See where the whole thing is. Trying to get you the best view. My computer's a little slow, so I have to wait and adjust. Okay. I think we need to go like that a little. I think you're getting not quite all of the bottom here. I'm going to try and lift it up just a little bit more. I don't know if I'm going to have any luck, though. Oops. Pardon me. Okay, so let's... I think that's about as close as we're going to get to all of it. So I'm going to move it down a little bit for us to get ready to work on it. We need green space to work on it, right? All right. So move that a little bit. Give me some leg room. So we finished up last week with our neighborhood gardener lady, who we think, you know, because I'm a little creepy, we think might have done away with her husband. And now we're looking to expand into our neighborhood. And our neighborhood is infinite and everywhere. You just never know what you're going to find in our neighborhood, right? So I just want to cover up this spot here. And anywhere there's a little, it lifts a little the first session. So I think we're going to put this like right that. I don't think it detracts from the other image too much. Hey, Carla, how you doing? So here's a nice living room. And then we'll use that to cover up that. So that means we have to find things that will work. Okay, hold the phone. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? What's a good point? Oh, that is the edge of the picture. Okay. So let me just tear that bottom off. And then there's always a little bit at the end that doesn't want to behave itself, isn't there? I haven't actually been outside today. How terrible is that? Owie. There's my phone. Let's have a look. What is the weather like today? It's 97 right now. It's a little warm and muddy, Snoda. 66, huh? Let's see. It says the high today was supposed to be 100, but I am looking on here. Oops. Oh, the high today was 100, apparently. Low 73. So, it's supposed to be only 98 tomorrow, but, you know. Kind of once you hit 100, there's no going back, really. So, apparently it's a little warm today. Hey, Laurie, how you doing? But I haven't been out in it, so I've been bad. So we're looking at a couple of living room pictures here. I'm going to wind up covering up that couch, so maybe something different. Hold on. Maybe we like somebody went to vacation in the desert. Or it could be neighborhood adjacent. We just don't know. I'm trying to fill the where it's torn right here. I mean, I don't absolutely need to. It's a me thing. So, and then we have our weird Quaker Oats thing. I like it for the treehouse, but there's not really a good way to... Maybe I can just put another picture down here. Cover up the Quaker Oats guy. Oh, that sucks. I have not been going, and I probably should have been. I've been terribly lazy. I'm going to grab some ink. We'll ink up a couple of these images, and then we'll work around what we've got going on. I couldn't resist putting in a desert picture, you know, because everybody thinks of the Sahara Desert when they hear desert, but I'm not sure if they call it a living desert here in Nevada, but Phoenix is a living desert. There's plants, and it's not just a big pile of sand. I worked in Death Valley for a while, and they do have a sand dunes area like this. Obviously not as extensive. Hope everybody had a good Tuesday. I'm looking for a second color over here. What do we want to have? How about this green color? Supposed to be having hamburgers and hot dogs for dinner. Els and Mike left the house. Els said she wanted to get some hair dye, and they're not back yet, so I don't know what time dinner is, or even if it's going to be dinner. Sometimes we make plans and everybody's not, you know, up to it. This is the second day of Mr. Mike's vacation, and I came out of my room today, and he was playing games on the TV. Like he was, you know, I was like, way to go, Mike. He rarely sits down and takes time just to himself. So it was nice to see him relaxing, you know. He's always got a to-do list of his own devising that takes up all of his time. We were out the other day in the car, and it was 100 degrees, and they were out there playing soccer, and I was like, woo! They got... And it was not just like a game. The whole soccer fields were full in one of the parks we drive by. I was like, holy cow. I would melt. And it was full of, you know, spectators too. families supporting their kids and stuff. I do like to see kids doing outdoor stuff. But I wouldn't go out in 100 degrees and play soccer. No, I would not. I've made this crooked somehow. Sorry. I made it crooked. I think because there's a wrinkle in the paper. So there's no way to get it perfectly. It's just going to be weird. We're going to have to live with it. What did I do with my paper towel? Okay. I thought somebody said it was, victims. It was victims. Nevada's number 2. I feel a little bit less comfortable now. Of course, they're not usually looking for old ladies, but things happen. That's crazy. So as somebody said yesterday, was it you, Carla, that California has the most victims of serial killers. Per person. Interesting. Because I don't think Alaska is a high population state. Still a lot of what's so cold. I could see that. I would not want to be an Alaskan serial killer. Too cold for my blood. Somehow missed the whole bottom of that. I'm going to go ahead and put this one on. Nice little living room with a fireplace. We're going to put it like that to cover up that hole over there. It's right about there is where it needs to go. All right. Florida, then Texas. Wow, 2,000 victims. Almost 2,000. California's the Sunshine State, But it attracts a lot of unusual people. And the desert does too. I can kind of see why Nevada would come in number 2. The desert does attract its fair share of weirdos. I mean, it attracted me. Not in an intentional way, though. Oh, shoot. I don't want it up that high. Okay. Right there is where it needs to go. I wonder how high up on the list Arizona was. Okay, so we need some nice small images for right over here. And I still missed a spot here, even though I glue sticked it earlier. So yeah, I'm going to put a picture over the Quaker Oats band because that's a little creepy, honestly. I find the Quaker Oats band standing there like that to be a little bit creepy. Son of Sam was up for parole. Good. He doesn't need to be out in the world. I don't care how old he gets. They need to keep him back there. Keep him locked up. We do not need that. Maybe the circus came through, or maybe our park has a carousel. That would be nice. I need something lengthwise. Let's see if we've got anything. Do we have anything? Ooh, the yawns. I have the yawns. I like that. We have this one. That's too big. That's going to cover up too much of the other images. Hey, Frances, how you doing? She's got greetings and salutations for us. She's Nancy. I used to put that in all my emails. Way long time ago. It used to be my greeting because it sounded fun. Oh, here's a church. This might work. Yeah, I think we can go with that. Ta-da! Okay, we've got that part figured out. So let's glue that down. Okay, so let's get some ink. Inky dinky inky is what we're gonna do. I think I just heard Mike and Els get home. So coming up, Els will be able to show off a new hair color. And the Ferris wheel. Here we go. And I'm going to use this one. I don't know where, but I like that window box. Just the little details, you know. We're going to have a fun, lively neighborhood that's not all scrub dirt and trying to hold it together. Yeah. I don't know if that'll help with the brain. Okay, so this is going to go right in here, and we want to put it up high enough that it doesn't cover the kids' heads. So I think that'll do right there. So let's go ahead and do that first. I even refilled my group. Dr. Frankenstein would be nice. You stitch it together with loving care. You'll get through it, Frances. It's one of the hardest things. Maybe we can distract you a little bit. Give you a chuckle or two. Because that's one of those things life throws at you. That no matter how much you know it's coming, you're never really prepared for. Frankenstein. You know Frankie's going to wind up in here somewhere because I'm obsessed, right? Oh, we got a little lift edge there. I didn't get glue all the way to the corner. I'm a bad, bad gluer. We're minimally entertaining at the very least. Sometimes more than that. Okay, so we were going to put her here, but I think we need to put this picture first. I like kitchens, apparently, when I look through these house-type books. I love me kitchens. But some of the modern kitchens feel a little too sterile for me. I like a good old-fashioned, homey, slightly cluttered looking kitchen. One that looks like somebody enjoyed eating there, you know, making some good food. And some of the ones in the magazines look like nobody has ever cooked in it, you know. We're going to say this is Marla, and she takes a lot of cooking classes, but she still can't cook that good. Maybe she's one of those people that can burn water, you know. And that's going to go just like that. Just so. Over this way a smidge so that they don't line up all perfect. I don't like it when they line up all perfect. Yeah, they are. I mean, we don't want to see filthy floors or anything, but come on. Where's the little splatters in this, where you mixed with the pepper a little bit, that kind of stuff, It's either they're too sterile or they put stuff in it that doesn't work in a kitchen, That's great for decoration, but that's going to get all greasy if you put some, some of the stuff they put next to the stove. The pictures are good ideas for storage and stuff, though, even though they're just so sterile. Okay, so we need to find a picture to kind of cover up the Quaker Oats guy. I'm going to pull that back a little bit. We're trying to cover him up. So I'd like to find a picture that will just go right there very nicely. I trim a little bit. Somebody went to the beach. There's even a lighthouse out there. I think that'll work. Cover up the Quaker Oats guy. I'm going to use this beach picture. There's some people walking in the distance. I'm going to cut just a smidge off the bottom there, though. It's a little bit too close to the kiddos. I am still working on billing. I apologize. I was packing up orders, and I had to unpack a few. And packing up the orders is like what I do. So I packed up 2, and I found out that I always double check everything. I found out the 2 of them didn't have one of the colors in it. And I was like, well, we can't be having that. And when I started really looking at it, I realized that I left one color out of about half the packs. So I had to go and recheck everything. I'm just looking for a color of ink over here. This is a nice sage green. I like it. So I went back through everything. So I had to repack some orders. So that's the delay. But everybody has the right amount of colors now. And bills will be coming in after the live tonight. That's my only thing I got to do. I do have some tea dyeing to iron, but I think I'm going to do it over the weekend. I got a ton of tea dyeing to do, or tea dyeing to iron. Today I start the second batch of the sage. I've given myself a couple days off to get everything all settled up. That's how I was able to go live last night. So now I'm working on slowly picking a new case for next week. So I thought I might get out a composition book and do a little entry for each killer or murder mystery or whatever it is we look at, whether it's alien. We can look up all kinds of stuff. Serial, because I'm working on a serial killer journal. That's why I called it Murder Monday, and I've just totally did not mean to put that over that. Okay, it goes like that. I just made a huge mess. Made a gluey mess. Who would have thought I would make a gluey mess? Not me. Some of you were here with the time I glued myself to my own project. I'm good at it. Frankie paper coming out? Yeah, it was available. Let me find my brain. Hold the moment. I put my brain aside for this. If I don't have my brain, I don't have nothing. Let me look here. I think I'm not on the right. Area. No, it's in video too. Okay, how am I missing it? I thought it was in video too. Oh, here it is. So the Frankie paper. Do you want to see the second Frankie paper? But I had you down for let me look here, for a goth pack, the goth rainbow, and you also wanted a Frankie pack, right? I hadn't billed you yet because I was going to send you a message to ask if you wanted to wait until all of that stuff is done. I think you put your name down for both. I have a pack available of the Frankie for sure. Okay, and the Goth Rainbow too. Did you see the pictures of the Goth Rainbow or the video? Oh my God, the colors have come out really good, I think, if I do say so myself. All right, so here we are. So for today, this is where we left off last time. This week, her name is Margaret, the gardener who may have killed her husband. Okay, I'll send you a total with your shipping this evening. And then we had a little southern plantation thing going on right down here. Oh, I can't see myself live. Yeah, you can see that. Then we have the kids in the treehouse. This nice little living room that's, you know, nobody's living room ever looks that clean, I don't think. Mine always has magazines and books and drinks everywhere. Then we have our desert picture, kitchen, and the kid on the Ferris wheel. And we're moving on. I got this window box that I would really like to use, but I think I wanted something like that. So let's see what other images we can put in here. Ooh, that's a nice picture, yeah. I like that. Just the little edge of a house, the porch, and some of the garden. I think I really like that. And then let's put that right there. Yeah. So should I get something at the top too, huh? Let me pull that a little bit closer over. We need a little picture. So has anybody else been crafting? Or share what you had for dinner or what you're going to have for dinner? Let's do some little topiaries up here. Like that. Yeah, I think I can do that. All right. Supposedly that sounds terrible. Theoretically, we were having grilled hamburgers and hot dogs. I don't know if that's still on. Sometimes after Mike and Els come back from being outside, nobody wants to cook, and who can blame them? It's hot out there. So that's not, just in that case, it might be a sandwich, or I might make myself breakfast for dinner if we don't wind up with the hamburgers and hot dogs. Because I was lazy earlier when I got up, and I just had a sandwich instead of making breakfast. Sandwiches are filling and easy, Oh, hold the phone. Now I've dropped my ink. I dropped it right on the floor. Oof. Okay, so here we go. I love this little window box. I love the greenery in it and the stuff that's hanging over the side. I'll hold it up for you guys to see in a second. Let me go ahead and lightly ink these edges. Okay. Let's see. Not hungry, waiting for husband to get back to the headquarters so we can go home. Well, hopefully we can keep you amused for a little bit. I can be inside all day and won't feel like cooking. Well, there's that too. That's legit. Because sometimes you get home from outside, you're like, I need to eat something, but there's no freaking way. After I was out in the heat, I'm going to turn on the stove or the oven and stand in front of it, Those are often pizza nights or I ate ramen noodles last night. How pathetic is that? Chicken ramen. Okay, so these are going up here. There we go. Napkin. You ate cereal? Mike ate that last night. That was his. Mike had Cocoa Pebbles. Hey, Roseanne, how you doing? Welcome. All right, and then I love this house right here. a house on a hill that's got some stairs and a little patio. I love porches and patios. And when I lived in Phoenix in my apartment, I had a tiny little, in Scottsdale, a tiny little backyard, and I love to sit out there. I also, honestly, I prefer to sit out front, but the front was always in the sun all day, and it was hot. Concrete, Okay. I think we got it right there. Covering up a little bit of the topiaries like these. These are those like fake topiaries. They seem like a good idea, but there's a lot of wind here, and I don't know how weighted those are, or if you can weight them. I'd be worried about that shit blowing away because it's not cheap. Also, I don't really think of topiaries as being kind of a desert thing, Got a little hanging box down here. Things you see on your walk around the neighborhood. So, my computer just shut down, and I had a hard time getting it started back up. And then I was having some. It was just being feisty. Let's say that. I think my computer's turned into that old person that's angry all the time. I think that's my computer's new vibe. All right. We're not doing too shabby. I like how it's coming together. I think good mix of images. And hopefully we'll get a little bit more images out of tomorrow's harvest because I'm not running low. I just like to add something new every week so we're not looking at the same images all the time. Okay, what's next in our neighborhood? What shall we put in our neighborhood? How about a big cityscape? That'd take up some real estate. I actually think our cityscape is a little crooked. I need to pull this down some. Hold, please. Okay, so let's maybe start with that at the bottom there. And we'll work with that. What do you guys think? Big cityscape? Fontainebleau is a hotel. Okay, so what else should we put? Maybe we'll find something a little more traditional. We need something for right there. It doesn't need to be a huge image. That's too tall. Tall. Ooh, what about this right here? That's nice. So this is a big hotel. That's a hotel right there. Those are other city buildings. This is the one of those houses made out of containers that I'm fascinated with. So let's put that there. And then what do we put at the top? What do we put at the top? Need something kind of square. Hey, Janice, how you feeling, girl? I hope you are doing all right, or as all right as you can be, all things considered. So what about another window scene? I like window scenes. Yeah. But we'll put the window down first so that it's not covering the... There we go. Yes. We found our next 3 images. Woo! Like poo. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're going to do this nice snowy out the window scene. This little container house that I think is adorable. and this hotel in the big city kind of thing. Okay. So we're going to nail down the top and the bottom, and then we'll put that one in the middle. I've got a glue booger just floating around over here. Don't look at my glue booger. How wooed. All right. This is very glossy because it's off of a cover, but I couldn't pass it up. Also, that's a nice picture, too. That would be nice for the face of Teeny. Too bad we already decided to use the other side. Do you ever flip something over from a magazine image and you're like, oh, I almost like that side better? That happens to me sometimes. Like, how did I not notice that? I guess I get wrapped up in the whole collection of images thing, you know? Okay. And then we're going to have to keep an eye on that because the ones made out of the cover pages that are like the shiny, they have a tendency to lift. We have lift off. Let's ink this one. Ooh, here we go. I'm having fun inking in this pink color. I don't know why. I just am. So the slow billing is a good thing because I caught an error that would have been just horrible. I would have felt bad if all those kits had gone missing the one color. You know, no bueno. So I was very happy that, and I kind of put them in the order. I think the gray and the brown were reversed, but I tried to put them in the same order that I showed on the screen. Roseanne took away a message. Oh no. So here we are. This is one of those great big huge hotels that I feel like people are getting away with murder in them, you know? So many rooms. I would not want to work as a maid in one of those. Probably have a huge minimum room count you have to clean. When I started out I worked up at the Grand Canyon. That was the first hotel I ever worked at. The one that's inside the national park. I worked at the Yavapai Lodge up there. And it was 17 rooms was how many you had to clean. Now, I've heard of people cleaning less, but I've also heard of people having to clean way more than that too. Like 17 felt like a lot. And I was young then. I was in my early 20s when I worked there. 23, I think, is when I loved working up there though. All right. Oh, typos. We got to love our phones. They do us wrong all the time. Did you mean? No, I didn't. I meant what I said. So I'm going to pull this down just a little bit because I want to put the glue on over the paper that's not. Glue all over my fingers. It is awfully quiet in the house. Usually when Lunsells and Mike get home, it gets a little noisier. I wonder if they're outside. They might be out back just chilling. Okay. I think that's good. I'll be sad when I run out of, I think there were only 3 or 4 of the container house pictures. This one? It's built out of containers, believe it or not. But yeah, I see your point. Has kind of that family vibe to it, doesn't it? All right, next. What shall we Hey, Adria, how you doing, girl? Welcome to the neighborhood. Okay, so we got another cityscape. Probably too soon. Although I kind of like that. Let's think about it. We'll put it over here and think about it for a minute. We have a great big one of a house that just needs to be trimmed down a little bit. It would go right there, I think. So we need to just fill in that space, kind of, yeah? Okay. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I like it that way where it would go over the house a little bit. Okay, so we need something skinny and short. Skinny short. Skinny short. Oh boy, no skinny short. Oh wait, what about this? We could probably make that work. If we cut a little bit of the sky off, we won't have. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll this down a little bit. I'm going to trim up this house, and then I'm going to put this here, and then we'll put the other pictures over the top. Okay, what to do with my header? I finished book 23 in the Stephanie Plum series. Oh my gosh. I'm in 24, hardcore 24. People are getting decapitated, you guys. That's not a spoiler. That's in the that's in the, just, you know, when you read the bio, the description of the book. That is crooked. What is going on? Why is everything crooked? And I have an itch in the middle of my back. Son of a biscuit. It's driving me bananas. Sorry. Ah. Thank God my ruler has a metal edge on it. My that little metal edge can be good sometimes for scratching. Ah. Okay, I feel better. It was just right in the middle of my back, just boring its way in. You can't get me. You can't. I did. I got it. Okay. Big schmancy house. You finished Midnight Library. Did you like it? I hope you liked it. Okay, so we're going to put that over here. So we need to ink it. Inky dinky do. I'm going to use the sage color. I'm only a few chapters in. I think I'm like 7 chapters in. Up to 24. And I think I'm going to go head over to Thrift Books after I get some of my invoices paid, and I will order 25. And while I'm waiting for that to come in, I can read that Stephanie, or that Joanne Fluke one. What am I up to? Can I read it from here? Something about raspberry. The Raspberry Danish Murder. That's the one I'm up to with her. I haven't read one of hers since I've been here. I don't think I've read a single Joanne Fluke bit. I've been here for 6 years. I was reading them when I lived in the apartment in Scottsdale. Okay, yeah. So let's put that big old McMansion right there. Yes, I sent you an invoice a little while ago. You're one of the few that's gotten an invoice. Because your order was easy peasy. So it should be in your inbox, or maybe it's just on. They're supposed to send you an email, but sometimes I think they're slow. Don't get carried away. We wanted it to be over a little bit from the. And this is a cut too. It's a little bit thicker. Oops. Corner. Woohoo! Okay. See there, it's coming up on the edge. There will be no loose edges. Okay. Then we're going to trim this one down a little bit. Take a little bit off the sky there so that we don't lose too much of the bottom part of the image. There we go. You get to the wedding cake. Let me see. I hate to give up on a series, but I got so annoyed with it. Okay, hold the phone. I'm gonna pull the book and see. I got a paperback copy of it. Oh, I sat on my leg for too long. Woo! Let's see. How far back was that? Let's see. Wedding cake. Wedding cake. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. I would not read the cookbook, so I won't count that 5. So I've read 5 Beyond You, and then this one will make number 6. I'm not sure what number book this is, like how far in the series. It's got to be close to 30. I know I was in the 20s. 19. And just because I feel compelled to read through series doesn't mean I'm saying everybody else should too. Like, it's not a judgment. It's a personal weird thing for me. I have a hard time not finishing things, which is why sometimes things take me a very long time. All right, let's ink the edges on that. I'm going to go pink on this. I think this is not my juicy pink. Let me try for another pink. Oh, here's like a weird purple color. Let's do that. It's like a pinky purple. They don't say the names on these. All right. That one I have is 22. Oh my God. I think there are 3. She has slightly more than the Stephanie Plum series has in it. I think the lady that writes the Plum ones, I think she's working on 32 or 31. I can't remember. So I'm almost caught up to where they're at. And I only just started reading them last year. They're easy reads, I have to tell you, though. I'm highly amused by them. They are some of the more fun reads I've had in recent years. It's like sugar for your brain, you know? I don't have to think real hard about it. It's entertaining. It's slightly ridiculous, which is awesome. And then, did we ink this? Yeah, I inked that. And I don't feel bad covering up some of that. I don't want to necessarily cut the trees out of this picture, you know? So I don't feel too bad covering up some of that hotel. Let's see if I like it. Oh, I'm looking at it on the screen. She had 30 so far. I think that she has not ended the recipe murders. I think she should let it die. 30 is a lot in a series. I've read a lot of trilogies and duologies, and I read a long time ago some paranormal romances, and all of them had the word dark in it. And I got into the 30s, I think, with that, and I'm like, I just can't take it anymore. They were all the tiny, perfect women and big, huge men with giant cocks, and the first time they had sex, it was perfect and magical. Life does not work like that. It was amusing for a while, but that one I probably will never finish. I just don't think I can. I don't have it in me. Let me look. Let's see. She has suspense novels. Let's see if there says anything in the back about. So these are Hannah Swenson. She's apparently got a Murder She Baked series on the Hallmark Channel and the Mystery Channel. But I don't see anything. I don't know off the top of my head, and it only shows in the front the Hannah Swenson mysteries and something called suspense novels, which are probably standalones. So, who knows? Right? The caterer. Okay. I love paranormal books. I wish they would have more paranormal books. Sans the romance. I also think that's part of what I like about the Stephanie Plum ones. It says they have sex and that it was, woohoo, there. It's like aerobics and shit, and they're having a good time. But there's no descriptive sex. They don't. She doesn't do the softcore porn thing. So you know that they're in a relationship and that they're having sex and that theoretically it's always awesome every time. But you don't have to listen to an in-depth or read an in-depth description of it, We got loose edges again. And I did watch that video, the Beaded Haunted House. It was a kit, and I think it was totally cute. I like that she wasn't afraid to make some changes, not do it exactly the way. Hey, Steffi, how you doing? I didn't see you come in. Welcome, welcome. Okay. I'm going to move it down again. We are making some time with this one. I got to look at what time it is. We don't want to go too long. We'll wind up with 3 miles of neighborhood. Just okay? Well, maybe we can lighten your mood a little bit, distract you for a while. I'm not going to put the cityscape next to the cityscape. Okay, moving on. Let's find something else. What other kinds of fun things do we have? We've got a bakery. We've got a bakery in here. That image is awful thick, though. Oh, we've got a patio. Now, I kind of like that next to the... We've got a farmer's market. What if we do the farmer's market? It's going to cover it, so we need something like this. Which is going to leave me with a weird amount of space. And that wouldn't cover it either. But maybe we can find a word to put there. Because I don't necessarily... Or... I don't necessarily want to cover up the whole front lawn on that house, but that is an option. Let's look and see what else we have. Hey, Jacqueline, how you doing? Welcome. Has everyone read the Death series. You know what? It sounds familiar. Let me look it up real quick. I'm not sure that I have. Give me a second. No, I have not read that series. Oh, Nora Roberts is JD. Okay. What is the plot of the Death series? Centers around the life of Eve Dallas, a no-nonsense New York City police lieutenant, homicide cop, and there's a murder in every book. Okay. That sounds interesting. I'll have to write it down. I'm going to eventually run out of books, so let me find the other list I wrote down. Here we go. No. Oh, here we go. I wrote it here. Now let me find a pen. Ha, 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 ha. Pen is a hot commodity right now. What do I do with my brain? There's a pen in my brain. Okay. Death series. J.D. Robb. I like Nora Roberts' books. I've read a few. I wouldn't read them by the bushel, but back to my life. Where's my life? Nope, that's not my life. You might actually buy the black and gray and go to town. I have not gotten to it yet, Miss Mary. I was explaining to everybody I was packing up kits. I had a whole bunch of them packed up. I had a whole bunch of everybody's orders packed up. And I opened one up for something because I always double check. And I had already put a bunch in people's orders, and packed them and sealed them. I was just shy of the invoicing stage, and I found out there was a color missing out of some of the packs. So to unpack everything and go back and double check. And it's a good thing I did, because I left a color out of almost every pack. It was not good. All right. So you should see your invoice later tonight. I think I'm actually working on yours right now. Let me look at my brain. I'm gonna defer to my brain on this one. Yes, I'm working on yours right now, Mary. I'm more than halfway through creating your invoice. I'm very careful about those. I don't want to make a mistake in your favor or mine. I like to get them as nice as possible. Ooh, what about that? I like the palm trees in that one. Okay, and then so we need something. A little tiny something. Okay. I don't know that I have any tiny. I think we might have used all the tiny pictures. Hold on, and I'll catch up with the chat. I'm looking through my pile of images. I don't see any small, skinny ones. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to use that soon. I love that picture. I wish there was a way so you could see what I'm looking through and without making a huge mess out of everything. Okay, so let's I took aside a couple of small pictures over here. So let's see if any of those will work. Okay. She's still adding to them. I wonder how many books are in the series. You're not a big J.D. Robb fan? I don't know if I've read Nora Roberts, but I don't know that I've ever read anything by as her in her pseudonym. Always willing to try one out though. I have a to be read that is monumental. I don't own all the books, but I have so many books I love to read. See, that's how I am, Carla. Huge. I still love paper books better than the reading app. Okay. So what we've got here is here's a little kid on a bicycle, and so let's do that right there. Let's put those. Okay. Those could go in the teeny, but we need them here. So let's add this one first. So let's ink these images. I need back some. Here we go. Let's try this one. I think this. Oh yeah, this is the juicy pink one. Juicy. You like the J.D. Robb books? Okay, that's good to know. Apparently, the main characters are a couple. I mean, it's the woman that seems the what I read seems to say the woman is the central character, but it's a married couple, I guess. What do I do with the little pictures? Oh, they're there. They're blending. They're blending. Okay, those are all inked. Oh, okay, Mari. Thank you for coming and spending some time with us. And have a great evening. Don't get rained on. And I hope you sleep well and have good rest. Good rest is very important. I've been ironing so much, I have this deep ache in my arm. And it kind of shoots down my arm into my hand. And I think it's just, I know I have the beginning of carpal tunnel, but when I iron a lot, so last night, it was like my arm was on fire and my fingers were not happy with me. So also let me use some lidocaine lotion stuff, which helped. And then right before I went to bed, she gave me a muscle relaxer. So I actually got a fair amount of sleep. Semi-futuristic. Oh boy. She's a woman of many hats. So she has a unique take on the work, huh? Cool. Alice will describe books to me, and then I'll ask her, well, what series is that a part of? I don't know. It's just on my Kindle, and I never find out what the name of it was. I've given up. I don't listen to her tell me plots of books anymore. Okay. And we got our two little pictures, two wee little pictures. We always have to have a little kid like on a little bike or a trike or big wheel rolling around the neighborhood. It's a requirement. And he looks super happy and excited about his. Riding his bicycle. Although theoretically, I guess it could be a scooter of some sort. It doesn't show very much. And that's our other little picture that we're going to put there. It's not real exciting, but it will fill the space. Somebody has dark wood cabinets in their kitchen in here. You have to have a big kitchen to pull off dark wood cabinets, I think. I love the idea of painted cabinets, but in reality, they can be quite a pita. It's different settings, but most are similar. Well, Stephanie Plum, it's all kind of in, I mean, they go to other places. Like in the last one, I think they went to Florida, but most of it happens in the same kind of square blocks of Trenton, New Jersey. And I don't mind. But some writers don't do descriptions well, I guess, maybe. So we've been on about an hour. We can try another row. See how that works out. And then I think we're going to call it for the night. We don't want to be on too long. Also, I'm starting to get hungry. Let me see if I can. Okay. So let's see about what we want to add on. I pulled all these pictures out of the pile. I really want to do this one. Oops. Nope. Oh, I just threw one on the floor. Sometimes when they go onto the floor, they are never seen or heard from again. Okay, well, that one's lost to the great void under my desk. I love this picture. So I think I want to put it right there. And I had a tall, skinny one, I think, in here. Another tall, skinny one. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. No, didn't see it. Hold on. Maybe I put that already. I need to find me pictures of spires or something. What if we just cut out that one building and put it right there? Let's think about that. So it goes somewhere under my desk. It's probably directly under my chair, which I'm not very good at finding. I have to get up and move the chair, and that is not happening right now. Okay, so we're going to try and use just this one tall, skinny building, and we'll save these other bits for later. There we go. Okay. So that'll be our filler for right here. I think that will be fine. Different kind of cityscape. And then I think we're going to have to hold off on the bottom part here because we're going to need something very skinny. I'm going to move this down a little. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add these in. No reason not to. Because you don't see neighborhoods, at least I haven't seen one like this in a million years. Where you could basically lean out your window and yell at your neighbors across the way, you know. I think this might be out of a National Geographic. Yeah, this is out of a National Geographic magazine. It is. Some good images in National Geographics. So we're doing magazine harvesting tomorrow, you guys. And I'm going to show you the magazines because I forgot the other night, or even last night maybe, when I was talking about this scavenger, the mini scavenger we went on. I bought a pile of magazines. It was the only really decent thing. Elle bought like one thing at the Savers, but because she had a tingle and we went in. And the only really good thing in there was magazines. We didn't find much else. Normally when she's got a tingle, she scores big time. But I did buy a little pile of magazines. Like I need more magazines. Like I need an extra hole in my head, guys. I have a ridiculous amount of already cut out images. But I am working on some collage packs coming up. We're going to have some ugly glue books in one of the next sales. Maybe not the next one, but definitely the one after if I don't get it done in time. Ugly glue books with some collage packs to go with it. I've made the cutest little, well, I think they're cute, but also ugly. They're out of that, that I made them out of, look at me, just blah, blah, blah. That scrapbooking paper, there's a few sheets in every pad that is ugly, in my opinion. It doesn't work, or you don't like it, or you're not, like, I'm not into wood grains. I need a dedicated bedroom. They have some parts of their studios, and yeah, I don't mind a studio, but now if I'm going to live on my own, I need enough space to have at least 2, if not 3 tables. Oh, so you need they need separate rooms. Hate it when the cats don't get along, but that's their personalities, right? At least you have enough space for all of them. I prefer to have my living space, having lived in this one room for almost 6 years now. It'll be 6 years in October. It's hard to have, this is my studio, this is where I run my business. I am lucky to have some space out in the garage that is separate. They were very generous to give me a section of, it's a 2-car garage with it's basically a 3-car garage, but that there's part of it was built as like a workspace for a guy that's handy, a space for tools and stuff like that. And Mike and Elle share that spot, but they gave me a spot in the center, and then all of the rest of the space is like house storage for camping stuff. And so I'm very lucky to have my bedroom and a space out there to work. Yeah. See, that kind of thing. Yes, Francis. October, in the middle of October, it'll be 6 years. Look at me, 3 years now. It'll be 6 years in October. That's a long time to live with, people. This was supposed to be a stopgap measure, and I stopped, but I didn't gap. So I don't think I have anything that's that skinny. I don't even think do I still have that? I think, because I don't want to get rid of this lady right here. Maybe I could cut off the top part of that picture and just have them. Because I love this lady down here just chilling, So let's try cutting part of this off and see if that will work as our piece for right there. I have even glue stuck to my fingernails. I don't want to move because I don't like Els and Mike or anything like that. They're awesome people. I just would like a little more space, and living here, that's just, it's never, there's no more possible space to occupy. I know. And go to the house in December. I've been here in 10 years in August. And the house in, oh, okay. And you got the house in December. Wow. But between here and the Scottsdale, Phoenix area, in total in the desert Southwest, I have about 20 years in. 21 years. I've had enough of the desert. So when I leave here, I mean, I could probably get an apartment somewhere in Vegas, but I couldn't afford anything in a really good neighborhood because my income is tiny. And but I would love to move to someplace I haven't already been. My dad was in the military. We moved for my whole life, about every 3 years. The longest we ever lived anyone was in the Baltimore, Maryland area. He was uh, stationed at Fort Meade there. We were there for 6 years, from the time I was 9 until I think we left. It was my 16th birthday when we left for Germany. I think we actually flew on my birthday, or we got there on my birthday. It was a long ass flight. I think a lot of people feel that way. You remember that? Yeah, that big ass sail with Natasha and Al's helping. Okay, so that's where we got for right now. Let me look at how long we. Do you guys mind a little bit longer? I'm kind of sucked into this hole. We've been on for an hour and 15. You guys got it about another 15 minutes in you? I had a huge sale. I sold off everything I owned and I gave all the rest to charity. I arrived here with almost nothing. Whatever fit in the back of the Kia Soul, the Troll, as Els calls it. Need a good edge right there. Do we mind a little? Are you nuts? Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. I don't know. Sometimes I imagine, like, didn't she say she was going to be on for an hour and she's been on forever? I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, and look, it's a spiral staircase. Look at that. I wonder where this was. I didn't look. This could be in South America, honestly. There was a big article in one of the magazines that I did about South America. I love the it looks like a hotel, but this is a house. I think it was for a big family. So it's got a kind of fountainy pool thing in the middle and some gardens, and there were other pictures of it, but I don't know what happened to them. I could put this big ass picture right here, but it would cover up. So, this is definitely a magazine house. Look at how white and sterile. But I love these plants right there with the window. So this is obviously the second level, because you can see and then there's a big window farther away. So it must have huge ass ceilings. You love hanging in the hollow. Okay. Oh no, someone was eating the schnitzel at the 4-letter word. Those bastards. Yeah. I bet those 10 years were full of stuff. Let's use this mauvey sort of color. So yeah, 6 years in October. This will be the first year without a trip for me, though. Usually we go on 2 trips a year. And this year we haven't gone on one yet. I think Els is determined to get to Texas. So I'm not sure if she's talked Sandy into going or what's going to happen. But she wants to go to Texas really bad this year. And I can't get a computer and take a trip. It's just not going to work for me. Although I will say I'm quite impressed with the computer Els got. Mike showed me the insides and where it can be upgraded. Not that she got it. I think they got it for around $300 for the whole thing, and that's better than I would get a deal with Dell. So when I have some money saved up, I'm thinking around Black Friday, around Christmas, I'll have enough to look at getting a new computer. Trying to get a little close to the edges. I don't always get there, and that's how we have lifty edges. But there's room, like, because I want to be able to game on it as well. I used to be able to game on the one I had. It was good enough for that. For not the super high-end games. Like, I don't think I could play long sessions of World of Warcraft or anything. But I could play my Guardians of the Galaxy, and I play a Guild Wars, and I could play those on that until about 3 years ago. And now they're laggy and they quit and stuff. Yeah, I don't have the money that quick because I have to invest some money back into the business. I don't want to put city next to city. What are you doing, Amy? How about a nice beachy thing going on? It's beachy. And then we could put the rest of that cityscape over here. I think that would be good. But I think that's when I'll have enough money saved up. And it gives me hope that I could get one from a refurbished one like Elle's had. And I'll have her help me maybe look for it when the time comes. Let's get some ink. Because she's good at the searching. So I got a temporary 3-ream pack of paper, which will, help me get the rest of the sage done, and my next vat of tea dyeing. I think I have 2 or 3 more tea dyes to do to get myself in a good position with the tea dyed stuff, and then I'm going to try. What's the name of it? Hold on. Hibiscus. I'm going to try hibiscus. Hubby's back to playing Guild Wars. I loved Guild Wars. Loved it a lot. I still have an account. I log into it every now and then so I don't lose it. But it's very laggy and jumpy because the graphics just aren't good enough now. I'm going to pull this down again a little bit because I want to put the glue on over the green paper part. I don't want to glue all over my image that I just put down. I'm bad about that. I'll do it and then I'll have glue everywhere. Little shiny spots all over the place. So seeing how hers is working out, and that the graphics card can be upgraded. There's a couple of slots where you can upgrade the graphics or the sound. There's a place for a second hard drive in there if you really wanted it. Els has, I think, 4 terabytes, she said. I would be happy if I could get 1 terabyte. I need to, coming up, I need to set aside a day to transfer files off this computer, because I think in the meantime, while I don't have a new computer, if I pulled a bunch of those files off there, because I have a lot of graphics and stuff, that would probably help it run a little better. That's where Els got hers. She got a refurbished one off the Walmart website. I used to play Guild Wars with my ex, and I loved playing it. I don't miss much about him. I miss all the books I sold to get to leave. I sold off my collection of over 2,000 books. I think I had close to 3,000 on mythology and paganism, and on some areas of academic interest in psychology and stuff, to get a plane ticket and get out of that relationship. But before he turned into a giant schmo, we had a lot of fun playing Guild Wars. Even the kids played for a little while. That contrasts nicely. Thank you. Sometimes we get it right? Okay. I think we'll finish this one here. And then we're going to I'm like having a good time today. This is like just jiving with the energy I have today. But let's get a nice picture for over here, and then we'll call it, and we'll roll back, because we have actually done quite a bit today. I wonder if this one will fit. Oh, I don't really want to cover up the building, though, and I don't want to cut it any smaller. Okay. What about No, not big enough. Okay, hold the phone while I find the image. Yeah, we are on a roll. I could glue all night. I'll tell you what I really like is this one. But I don't want to cut any of the sky off. Look at me, I'm all picky and shit. I don't want to do this. I don't do that. I just thought it was fun for one of the office buildings, you know. We put a little guy and a robot applying for the same job. So if we did that, we need something small for right there. What else do I have that's kind of in that size range? Anything? What do we got going on? Okay, what about that? We'd have to cut a little bit of it off. I don't really want to lose the lights though, because they're kind of funky. Everything's just a little too tall. There's got to be something in here that works. Old-fashioned phones, maybe? We still have a gap. Still having a gap. How much of a gap was there with this one? Slightly bigger. Okay. We got some small pictures though. So let's see. We put that on there. Let's see if these small pictures will help us out at all. We've got a bird. Neighborhoods definitely need birds. Do we want to cover up the edge of that building though? I don't think I do. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to check something. Hold the phone, please. Okay, I have some words in here. Let's see if we can find a word that will fit. Making things all complicated. Last Tango in Minneapolis. I think that'll cover up just enough. We have Talk to Us, which would fit perfectly. Okay, do you want Last Tango in Minneapolis or Talk to Us? Anybody got a preference? Oops. I need to go back in the word bucket. Ooh. You like to talk? Okay. All right, let's get these inked up and put them in here. Yeah, I like the idea of maybe our neighborhood. Now our neighborhood spans time and space. We can have some futuristic elements. Our neighborhood is global, but local at the same time. That guy's totally giving that robot the side eye, though. I can't believe it. I have to apply with a robot. Okay, let's just a tiny little bit down. Okay. This is out of one of those local magazines. The Las Vegas Times, I think, or Las Vegas Weekly. Sometimes they have interesting pictures in them. I try to get one every time I see it. I haven't been out in a while and seen one, though. Little glue stick. I didn't do very good on the corners on this one. Okay. And then we're going to use glue stick for the word. I like, ooh, that's the end of the glue stick. It's timely. I have to get out some new ones for the next time. Yeah, so tomorrow is magazine harvesting. And before we get off here, I'm going to show you. There. Some of the magazines I picked up the last time we were at the thrift store. Okay, so let me roll the, I had a moment the other day, the roll fell down and unrolled itself some. So now it's a little cranky. Okay, so let's have a look back at what we've already done. Let me get live on my own live. Stepford and Westworld, right? Go live, go to where I am. There we go. I want to make sure you can see as much as you can. All right, so let's start rolling it up now. Backwards to the place we started at. I love, love, love that picture. And I love that we have so many different, like it's not all exactly the same. Container house. And we're almost, so this part is where we started. This was the last images from last time. So we got quite a bit done. And then I'm going to roll it back out because it's got to sit and dry. So we get another look at it. I like to dry it before I roll it up. Here we go. And we're almost to the end. I'm pretty happy with today's session. I think it turned out nice. So that is all of us for today. I think we had fun. I had fun. I hope you guys had a little fun too. I know not everybody's in the best place. Life sometimes hands us a giant pile of shit and goes, take that. And we do because we don't get a choice. But know that you are all loved and we care and we want you to be here. And if you can't be here, we understand. But we are always here to maybe distract you. Be a little ridiculous. Have wide open, huge houses in our neighborhood, but also, you know, I guess that amounts to condominiums or I don't know, apartments of some sort. And robots. We have robots. Who doesn't need more robots in their life? I used to know a lady when I lived in Ohio, and her email address contained needs more robots. Which I thought was an awesome email. What is it they say? There's not anything you can't make better with ninjas and pirates. We add robots to that. I like the pictures we picked today, and hopefully we'll get some fun ones for tomorrow. Let me show you the magazines. So first of all, I was looking today, and I was like, I pulled these out of my stash for possible things for the Neighborhood-a-Tini. So I found a house and garden, a period living. That's just because I need to get that done. Here's a Homes Illustrated, one of those catalogs that, you know, they're in the little stands everywhere. I've got a Las Vegas Weekly. These are just stuff, local ones that I need to go through. I found a Vegas healthcare, so I thought that might be fun to have. Weekly. And then let me grab, these are the magazines. Good night, Roseanne. Sleep well. But also, I found more of these Digital Photo Pro. I got a few more of those. And then, let me make sure I got all those. And then I lucked out. Nope, there's 2 more. So we get a huge pile of those. And then I bought this one just for the cover. Look at that. But the eating well is like food porn. There's lots of great food pictures. And then we got carrots. Some more carrots. Potatoes. And super sides. Ooh, who doesn't need super sides? Some gumbo, I think. And then have a cool summer. So carrots must be photogenic, apparently. Don't they look gorgeous? I think those carrots are schmexy. And you can have carrots 2 ways. Look at that. These are all the fun, different kinds of carrots they have. So I don't know what we're going to harvest tomorrow, but think about it. Think about what you'd like to see harvested. And then I'll record some videos with some of these for Patreon. Oh my goodness. Big ass pile. So other than the first 2 I showed you that were for the house related stuff, the rest of those came from the Savers, and it was a lucky haul. $8 worth of magazines after the 20% discount because we had a coupon. Teeth long. So that's it for tonight, you guys. Thank you so much for coming and spending a little time with me. I had a great time tonight. This was an incredible mood lifter. You guys are made of awesome. So I'm going to go find some food and something to drink because now I've flapped my gums for over an hour and I'm thirsty. However you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Remember, tomorrow's live is after Rosemary, so it'll be 7:15 when I go live. And we'll go for about an hour because it's late. But magazine harvesting our brains out, right? Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you guys the happiest of crafting. Bye, 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 bye. Right, blessings and hugs and hisses to you all. And that brings us to the end, where we get to push the button. Have a great week, rest of your week, ladies.